Growing up in Pluckley is obviously fantastic. It's beautiful countryside.
It's a very quiet, peaceful area.
It's very rural.
You can roam around the fields.
Not a lot happens.
We're very lucky.
On the surface, Pluckley seems like a normal British village, quiet and picturesque, where the villagers visit church, play tennis and engage in local theatre. Under the skin, a dark history of murder, a dozen ghosts and strange events festers. We interviewed 4 different people from Pluckley to try to come to terms with how someone lives their lives in the most haunted village in England.
Helen Baird, pig farmer and farm shop owner.
My name's Guy Washer. I'm retired. I used to work in market research and we've lived in the village for about 23 years.
My name is Dermot Nally and I'm the landlord of the Rose and Crown at Monday Boys.
I'm on the parish council, which I suppose we don't, there's not a lot parish councils can actually do legally, but we're responsible for things like village halls, recreation grounds.
Owning a pub in a small community like this is interesting. I always declare that I'm kind of Switzerland. I see nothing, I hear nothing, I know nothing that's going on, and I don't declare to be on to take sides with anyone.
I love the fact that we feel safe and we all get on, we know each other.
It's very quiet, we do quite a lot of cycling and it's a nice place to cycle around.
Living out here is basically, we're very happy. It's where we want to be at this place of our lives.
The stories of paranormal happenings have persisted for hundreds of years, most of them stemming from the mysterious Derrin family. The village's most notorious ghost, Lady Derrin, died in childbirth and haunts St Nicholas Church, searching for the unmarked grave of her unborn child. In 1989, the village was awarded the most haunted village in England by the Guinness Book of Records, leading to a growing number of ghost hunters flocking to the area.
And we do like to tell everyone it is the most haunted village in the country, so that probably backs it right up.
I think the title's unfounded. Where those stories originated from, I don't know.
It's just nice to be in a very famous book like that, I think, rather than worry about what the effects have been.
Guinness Book of Records actually stopped using that as a category after Pluckley got awarded the most haunted village. So it probably is because nobody else has ever done it since.
For people that attend the church, it is a nervous time for them when people come to visit.
If you ask the locals, they don't want any tourists.
I think the ghost hunters, if they want to come, it's like anything else. It's probably fun.
They're normally on their way to Deering Woods and are generally looking for a bit of Dutch courage before they go in there in the middle of the night.
It's probably interesting and it's something to do.
You know, if they do come through, then obviously we look after them as well.
You just hope that if people come in, they can kind of respect the fairly rural environment.
In the past, there have been gravestones that have been damaged, and I think there's been damage to the actual church itself in the past.
And obviously that sort of thing is not wanted and not encouraged at all.
Despite claiming they do not believe in spirits, each of our subjects has a story about one. The experience of otherworldly goings-on seems to be nothing but a blip in a normal day. The Watercress Lady was an old gypsy woman that would smoke a pipe on the crossroads and now haunts a small bridge over a flowing stream. She died while setting herself alight with her own pipe. Despite being burnt to death, she is soaking wet in appearance. Whilst the others were affected by an unnamed and faceless ghost, who could be any of the other 12, potentially the schoolmaster who hung himself on the school route, or the Phantom of the Pinnocks who only appears as a black silhouette on a stormy night.
A number of people that have experienced strange goings-on that have told me about it, you kind of do believe them because they're not the sort of people that would make it up. And in fact, when somebody did tell me after some previous filming, I was really surprised when she said it. She said that she got followed most days by the Watercress Lady while she was walking the dog. And she's just a normal, regular, middle-aged woman. I didn't question her about it, A, because I was surprised, and secondly, she's a lovely, trustworthy lady. Why wouldn't I believe her?
They were sitting, drinking and chatting one evening, and it was quite late when literally one of the pictures that was on the wall flew off the wall and actually smashed on the floor, and there was absolutely nothing that was going on. There was nobody else that was there that could have caused it to fall off the wall or fly off the wall, but it was described as being flying off rather than falling off. And she said it did go noticeably cold as when that actually happened. It felt very cold around her But she didn't feel frightened by it. She said it wasn't a scary feeling, it was just something that went on, but it wasn't scary. It was just like an odd something that you couldn't explain. But that's probably the nearest I've ever come to anything that I'd regard as being ghostly.
There's one genuine story that I have here. My son used to live upstairs when he was working in the kitchen for us, and I was here late one night, and I was on my own. The last customer had left. It was quite late, and I heard footsteps upstairs. So, and genuinely, they were. I mean, the flat is right across here, and they were right across my head. And there was no doubt that it was footsteps right across. So I just sent him a message saying, "Oh, pub's empty. Why don't you pop down? We'll have a pint." And he messaged straight back and said, "I'm in Maidstone." So I thought, oh, burglars. So went up, but the doors were all still locked up to the flat there because it's an external exit. So I went round, had to unlock all the doors and went upstairs, and there was no one there. Everything was completely as was, and nothing in there. But I promise you, I had someone walk straight across my head from there. But that's the only thing that's ever happened, and the only experience I've had in that film.
The heart of the unexplainable is the village's woodland, dubbed the Screaming Woods, where in 1948 a massacre occurred. 20 dead bodies were found in a pile with no obvious cause of death. Nowadays, throughout its tangling paths, the ghost of a lost soldier wanders alone and afraid. Many of the people who see him do not realise his blood is no longer warm. Our final subject, Michael, is a local forester trying to uplift the woodland area. He chose to conceal his face.
I mean, this woods really is an ancient forest. It's been a forest for over 2,500 years. There's a Roman road runs through it. I mean, a lot of activity has happened here. Lots of things have happened here. But yeah, whether those spirits can sort of hang out here or, commune with people here is a different matter. A lot of people come down here Halloween, or Friday or Saturday night. People come down here and scream and shouting, trying to light fires, not managing to light fires, burning plastic, all sorts of negative kind of things. Like I said, it's an ancient forest. Man and women have been here working this forest for centuries, literally centuries. So we're just carrying on that sort of tradition in a way. And the hauntings are when spirits or whatever are trapped or they're tormented. And in the forest you're not trapped, you can wander off. Oak trees are quite malevolent, They're quite dark, aren't they? They always are. The oak forests are pretty imposing forests, if you like, Some forests are very open and light, but oak forests are always quite dark.
Our time in Pluckley was eerily quiet and unnerving. Despite not witnessing anything supernatural, there was a prevailing sense that someone was watching us, from a slit in a curtain or the leaves of a distant tree. Either the village did not want us invading their private slice of England, or that there was a ghoul shadowing us. We are not sure. There is certainly a dark history within the bones of the graveyard and an empty feeling to the village. Whether or not Pluckley is truly haunted or just unlucky, we may never know.